He says, well, would you mind if I did? I said, go for it. And we probably made about 200 hours of interviews with people beginning in 1980. His son was born not long after we started the show, and his son is Oliver Charles, who was the drummer for many, many years in the Innocent Criminals with Ben Harper. And Chili has played with a lot of the major reggae figures, especially the father of reggae, Joe Higgs. He passed away about 4 years ago in Hawaii. So there are maybe about 200 episodes of the television show, and we tried to coax some live music out of almost everybody we spoke to, and a lot of them were willing to do that for us. And I'm going to show you some of the cream of those. God, some of them are 30 years old now, Sam. Sam is the only guy I know who doesn't look any older than when I started buying my reggae records at Rhino back in the 70s. Good for you, man. But before we get into the LA reggae material, I want to play two things for you. Last year, I had the great honor of working for most of the year with Jonathan Demme, the director, who had been hired to make a documentary film about Bob Marley that originally was intended to be made by Scorsese. And we worked for a year on it. He worked for 15 months, filmed in Jamaica, even had helicopter shots in Jamaica that were just extraordinary, flying from 9 Mile to Kingston. And the day he handed his final cut into the producer, Stephen Bing, Bing withdrew the funding for the film, and the film died. During the course of putting the film together, I brought him some of the 3,000 pictures I've taken in my travels around the world of people wearing Bob Marley clothing. And one of his young editors took that pile of pictures along with some really rare footage of Bob Marley